How's it going, everybody? Just before I came on here, I just spilled my coffee everywhere. But we shall continue on nonetheless. Welcome back to one of these sort of unusual episodes of Mike on the Mic, where I'm not actually on the mic. I'm just on that mic, essentially. You know how I usually get footage of RCs outside as a backdrop and I chat away what's going on with my life at the moment. Well, there's been no footage because the weather has just been so... Like, I know I talk about the weather a lot, fair enough, but it was things like strong winds, you know, sideways rain, saturated ground, and just mud and slush, and it was snowing this morning. I thought, great, I'll get some snow footage, that'll be brilliant. But as the day got up and did the dishes and had a shower, well, had a shower, then did the dishes. In between I had breakfast. Anyway, it's not really conducive to filming anyway. It's all sort of gone slushy. But I have some things to talk about, so this is why we're doing this anyway. First things first. Okay, second things second. Come with me. You're all very familiar with the car woes I had with the Jaguar X-Type. And you all know I bought myself an Alfa 156, so at least you should if you've been keeping up with me, for cheap to replace it. And here it is. Now let's get the first thing over and done with. Yes, those wheels are hideous. The owner I bought this car from, he only had it for a few months, 2 or 3 months I think, came home and sprayed these wheels black with a rattle spray can. And you think, what an idiot, why would he spray? And these are the original Alfa wheels. You can actually see that there is actually the original Alfa badge under there. These are the original wheels. 16 inch. Why the hell would he spray these black? Well, I'll tell you why, and I sympathise with him. The previous owner before him had powder coated these wheels a girly pink purple colour, and I would rather be driving around on rattle can black than pink and purple wheels. So there you are, that's why I am replacing these wheels very soon. It's actually what is happening is my birthday on the 25th of January. I'm going to be 31, and I do need wheels, and there's no way I'm putting, it needs new tyres, there's no way in hell I'm putting new tyres on these. And the point is, it costs maybe, I don't know, £60 a wheel, £80 a wheel to get them reconditioned. You can get Alfa wheels brand new for cheaper than that, or just about that price. So my parents are getting me some wheels for my birthday, and I only have to pay them back half, and that's my birthday present. Anyway, the Alfa, right, so it's a bit scabby. That's why it was only £800. It is a bit scabby. This back bumper is in pretty poor condition. Someone has reversed, at some point, reversed it and damaged it. And when the summer months come and the warmer weather, I will get myself the materials to get that repaired. So, you know, sand it down, filler it, smooth it off, paint it, all the rest of it. That's what I'm going to do. Along here, there's a little bit of scuffing on the front bumper as well. You probably can't see it in the camera, but there's a bit. Again, I can just sand that down, paint that. So the bodywork is a little bit scruffy, the wheels are awful. This mirror needs painted, it's the wrong colour. Someone's probably whacked that at some point. But £800. The point is, mechanically, this is sorted. It's got now 38,000 miles on it, but only 37 when I bought it, which is remarkable for this age of car, 2002. Interior is very Italian, lovely leather seats, lovely driver focused setup, you know, all the pods face the driver, you can't see the clock or anything if you are a passenger. Also Italian in that it's really poorly put together. It's just, I had to repair lots of stuff in the interior when I got it. Things like this, that's still attached, that's how it came out the factory, but look at the movement in it. A German would be sick if he saw that. But that's just Italians for you. But remarkably, it has less interior rattles than the X-Type, because X-Type was crap. The engine's a peach. The engine is phenomenal. I love it. It's a 2 litre JTS. I love the name. I can't remember what the S stands for. It's something in Italian, but the JT stands for jet thrust, and I'm not even making that up. And it does go like a steam train. This thing is awesome. I love it. Really pleased with it. For £800, it's remarkable. And frankly, if it turns out to be, I was going to say reliable, but shouldn't really say that with a straight face. It is an Alfa Romeo. But if it does turn out to be reliable, eventually I will invest in getting it painted red, because it should be red. It's an Alfa Romeo, and I'm just dead excited of having it because it's a 156, and I've always wanted a 156. I've lusted after 156s for so long. I used to have an HBI Sprint back in the day, sitting in my bedroom on display with a red Alfa 156 body shell on it, and I used to just lust after one, and I never thought I would ever get one, especially not for £800. So there you are, my Alfa, stoked. Another thing I wanted to talk about is offshore. Now, you should all know by now, I'm sure you do, that I'm a scientist and I work offshore in marine mammal conservation, usually hand in hand with the oil and gas industry. Now, I love ships, I love cars, I love motorcycles, I love planes. I'm just a big, crazy machine head, if that's what you want to call it, petrol head. I love machines, I love vehicles, I just love them. When I get married, I want to have a ring cut to make it look like a piston. Basically, yeah, I'm going back offshore again, and I'm dead excited about this one coming up. It's coming up at the end of the month. Now, my all-time favourite ship that I've ever worked on was a seismic ship called the Ramform Challenger. I loved the Ramform Challenger. It's in a fleet called PGS. It's a Norwegian fleet, registered in the Bahamas for tax reasons. The Ramform Challenger, phenomenal ship. It basically, to explain what a seismic ship is, a seismic ship, for those of you who don't know, is a ship which tows a seismic array, which is made up of air guns, which basically have a spread. So if you imagine a ship heading this way, and then the spread of air guns is getting towed behind it, and it stretches far back. Now, in order, if you imagine if you tow ropes and everything with a boat, and you tow it in a direction, everything closes up. So to stop that from happening, you have what's called doors at each side of the seismic array, which is essentially like an aircraft wing, and it's in the water, and as the water passes passes over the surface, it's angled, so it tries to pull that way, and the other one tries to pull that way, so the whole lot gets pulled apart as it's moving along. Now, the air guns are what tell the I've forgotten the name for them, geophysicists, what's underneath the surface of the seabed. See if there's any oil there, what the rock formations are, etc. Like, they fire these air blasts down towards the seabed, the ricochets back up, and the ricochets hit what's called the streamer, which is the data gathering cables. That's where they get the data back from. And you have so many streamers. The more air guns you have, the bigger spread you have, the more streamers you need. Now, I've been on a seismic vessel that has only a single streamer, that had 3 gun floats, and that was it. 3 guns, I think it was. It might have been 6 guns, but it was certainly 3 floats. I don't know, a normal seismic vessel might expect to have 6, maybe. An exceptional seismic vessel will have 10 streamers, so it's got lots of guns. The Challenger has 12. It's one of the biggest and most powerful and most well-respected seismic vessels in the world, even though it was quite old, made in 1996. It's incredible. The streamers themselves are 10 kilometers long, and the entire thing covers about 6 miles what it's towing. You imagine one ship towing about 6 miles worth of equipment behind it. It's such a feat of engineering. Now, these just to let you know the magnitude of what we're talking about here, these air guns, they vary in size. Maybe smaller ones may be about that in terms of the diameter, the chamber of the actual blast itself, if you imagine the barrel of a gun basically, and the biggest ones might be more like this. And there was 48 guns getting towed behind the Challenger, and it still fired them at a pressure of 2,500 psi, even though they all fired at exactly the same time. That is mind-boggling to me. Can you imagine that size times 48? That's an enormous area, 2,500 psi getting pumped out. I saw a turbo in a box once for just the compressors, just the generators that run the compressors on those air guns, and the turbo was about this size. And the engine in the Challenger's actually diesel electric, like a locomotive. It's got diesel generators producing electricity that run the props, and the generators are 3 stories high. Anyway, the Challenger is the smallest ship in the PGS fleet. It's just shy of 10,000 tons, 9.5, 10,000 tons, Challenger. and then they name them, the PGS fleet are named very much like Mercedes-Benz's. They've got the C class, so it's the Challenger class. You have the Challenger, the PGS Challenger, or sorry, the Ramform Challenger, it's really named the Ramform, and the Ramform Viking, and I think there's another one as well, maybe the Explorer. But anyway, that's the C class, the smallest class. Then you get to the S class, again, very much like Mercedes, which is the Sovereign and the Sterling, which are newer, more modern, and even bigger. And I believe they've got more streamers. There might be 15 streamer ships, I'm not sure. I think there might be 15s. Anyway, a few years ago when I was working offshore, not on the Challenger, I heard of the new ship, the Ramform Titan. Oh my goodness, the Titan. Almost 25,000 tons and 24 streamers. This thing is a Titan. It's enormous. It's the biggest seismic vessel in the world. In terms, like, obviously compared to cargo ships, they're much lighter than that sort of stuff. But in terms of seismic vessel, this is the daddy. They've made 4 of them now, all Titan class. The Titan, the Hyperion, I think was the second. No, the Hyperion wasn't the second one. The Atlas was the second one. The Tethys was the third one, and the Hyperion was the 4th one. And I'm going on the Titan at the end of the month. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Yeah, holy crap. I'm going on the Titan. The Titan has got a swimming pool on it. The Titan has got basketball courts on it. The Titan has multiple cinemas. The Titan is a working floating hotel, is what that is. But you have to work on it. But I don't care. I don't care. And I also don't care that I'm taking half the day rate that I usually get paid, because I want to go on the Titan. So there we are. I'm going on the Titan. I can't wait to go on the Titan. So that's my big news. Now that's happening at the end of the month. I'm flying out on the 30th, which means obviously from the 30th for a few weeks there'll be less videos, or no videos. That brings me over to another point. We're basically at, I think, on the nose of 950 subscribers right now. We're probably going to pass 1,000 subscribers very soon, possibly while I'm away. Now if that happens, there will be a 1,000 subscriber celebration video after I get back. It's just going to have to be that way. We've changed the ideas of what we were going to do for the 1,000, because initially we were going to just get drunk and build camera kits, but money's too tight to just go and buy a couple of camera kits for myself and Matthew. We just can't do that. So we've got a different, but I actually think more entertaining thing happening for when we hit 1,000 subscribers, so stay tuned for that. That'll be a good laugh. The other news I was going to talk about was Tay Models. Now the thing is, when we do reviews in Tay Models, a lot of you guys seem to like it, especially when we're sort of unboxing something as a new product and yada yada yada. And it's good for, obviously it's good for me personally, because well, not me, but what I mean is the channel, because you know, if there's a brand new something on the market that's new and exciting, that's going to be Google searched and YouTube searched a lot. And if I'm one of the first people to do an unboxing or first look of that product, that's good for my channel, it's good for me, it's good for views, all the rest of it. But it's also good for Alan, because you know, he is shown to have one of these new models on it, and we can get stuck in, and obviously people can see his personality and how he works, and it's a good way he works, I believe, because although he doesn't make as much money as some other people who just deal online, for example, Alan is he likes to get stuck in, he likes to help people out, he likes to give you the best deals, and he likes to give you the support, and that's good. But, and like I say, a lot of people seem to like it, and a lot of positive reviews when we positive comments rather, sorry, when we had the FTX Mighty Thunder, the Mauler Crawler, the Traxxas TRX4, and we had all these different things, and folk were like, that's cool. But the resounding comment was, when can we see it running? When can we see it running? And the problem is, Alan's trying to sell these products. He's a shop. He's not. I don't work for Tay Models. I have a YouTube channel. He has a shop, and he sells it. That's how he makes his living. So it's a bit of a problem there, because people want to see these things running. They do. And then us going, oh, that looks great, and I like the look of this, but I don't like this. That's all meaningless, really, if we can't back it up with what's it actually like to drive. Is it reliable? Does it work? You know, is it fast enough? Or whatever. Now, I've had a discussion with Alan. We're going to change it up a little bit. Whenever a new and exciting product comes in that is, you know, maybe have people interested, what we're going to do is he's going to get a few in. Say he gets 4 in or 5 in. One of them we're going to unbox and review like we always do. Well, I say review, unbox and, you know, first look and yada yada. but they were also going to run it. That's the difference. We're going to run it now. One model we're going to run, and he will sell that model as a demo test model for trade price. So he's not losing any money on it, but he's also not making a penny. What benefits him is just the publicity from the YouTube channel, and obviously that benefits me because more people watch it because it's getting run, which means we get more subscribers, which means more people see him, and therefore it benefits him in the terms that more people will see his shop online. So it's a good system. You'll maybe not make any money on one, but you might get more orders on the rest because people see it. So that's what we're going to do from now on. I was also supposed to get extra shifts and stuff in Tay Models to help him out because he's got a few other ideas bouncing around his head, but Alan drags his heels, he's good at that. So we've not heard anything from him. So that's that. I hope that's going to be beneficial to everybody. For us, for him, for you guys, so you get to see what you want to see. So that's cool. And the last thing I just want to talk about is, you may have remembered I mentioned on the first Mike on the Mic video I ever did, I mentioned a YouTube channel called the Mighty Jingles, where a guy whose online name is Jingles, who was ex-Royal Navy, and I found his videos fascinating, and he does things like war games, PC games, but he will talk about the facts behind it. So if he plays a war game, he'll talk about certain things about the Panzer tank, and certain things about the T-34 tank, and certain things about the Chieftain tank, and or whatever, or whatever warship and everything. And you get almost like a documentary history lesson from this. That's what he does. It's almost like a documentary, but he's using a game as a backdrop because real footage doesn't exist for half his stuff. Well, anyway, I play World of Warships, which is something he plays. World of Warships is an online battleship, cruiser, destroyers. I don't like aircraft carriers, so I don't like them, so shut up. Just like it's almost an arcade game, but it's realistic as you can get at the moment in terms of jump straight in, but it's got realistic bases, you know, real ships, trying to have real physics-ish, and it's just good fun. Anyway, he plays World of Warships, and the other day I was playing it online on an operation, which is basically you get randomly assigned a team of 7 people. I mean, me and Matthew were on a team, so it was us 2 plus another 5 randoms from the internet against like lots of AI, and there was like objectives. And Jingles was one of the people, so I was on the same team as this guy that I follow, one of my favourite YouTubers, and I thought it was amazing. I mean, the pressure I felt was incredible. I'm not even gonna lie. Oh my goodness, I was so excited. I was like, well, it's Jingles. I'm playing online with Jingles. I can't believe this. And what was funny is he mentioned how poor his team was on his last operation. Yeah, I said, Matthew, we need to be good, because if we suck, we're gonna be on YouTube sucking like on Jingles' thing. And Jingles said, you can't possibly be as bad as my last team. They were terrible. And I said, challenge accepted, as a joke. But almost instantly, Jingles himself got killed and came second last in our team. Oh my goodness. So that was good. I came first, he came last, the second last, and that was Jingles, and he was one of my YouTube heroes, and I was better than him, so that made me chuckle. But anyway, that was just a little extra story, not really anything relevant to RC, but that's what Mighty on the Mic is. Cars, offshore, boats, so computer boats, and Jingles, and coffee. I will honestly try to get some more videos in before I go away on the 30th. I will try my best. I don't see why it shouldn't happen, weather permitted, but we'll see. But either way, take care and we'll catch you soon. And if I don't see you once you get back, have a good sort of few weeks, and we'll speak to you as soon as I can. Cheers. See you there.